I'm not saying I feel bad for Tyga. I'm just saying that if you haven't sent nude pics to a transvestite, do you have a phone? This is the James Skrmetta Experience. I am your host, James Skrmetta. This is a weekly show we're going to do on Tuesdays, recapping some of the best stories from the week. While America was worried about news that didn't really matter, like the Confederate flag, Greece's debt, presidential debates, what's in Bill Cosby's medicine cabinet, I was worried about a news story that really took the cake, pun intended. We're talking about Ariana Grande licking donuts out in the public. Let's go ahead and take a look. How this crime isn't punishable by death, I have no idea. This is the most savage thing I've ever seen. This is a woman who, I don't even know if she bought the donuts. It really doesn't matter. The only place you should be licking food is at a Haagen-Dazs. If you ain't have an ice cream cone, you shouldn't be licking anything. I put the real blame, though, on her boyfriend. I get what you're doing. You marry Ariana Grande, you get fame, you get fortune, whatever. Big Sean tried it. It wasn't for him. I don't blame him now. She's just out there licking food. She has no regard for anybody. Ariana, I used to like you. I used to like your music. You used to get down. Bang Bang was a hit. That was the anthem. Now, you're done. I'm done with you. Anybody that licks food like that in public should just get chokeslammed through the donuts, covered for the 1, 2, 3, and sent packing. This week was Wimbledon, where Novak Djokovic defeated Roger Federer for yet another Wimbledon title. But the real story was when Novak tried to hulk up and rip his shirt. I can't really hate on the guy. This is really, really hard. It doesn't look hard. You wouldn't think it's hard, but unless you cut the holes in the back of your shirt like Hogan does, you ain't ripping that shirt. If you try it, all you're going to end up with is a really low-hanging collar, and nobody wants that. Djokovic, I don't blame you for not ripping it. Just don't try in front of millions of people. Try in your bathroom by yourself like I do all the time. In today's world, it's hard to find a place that a selfie doesn't belong. How about on a motorcycle track? No, I'm not talking about the hit Disney movie Motocross. I'm talking about this guy who tried to take a selfie while giving a high five to his friend on a dirt bike. That looked bad. I hope those injuries don't distract him from dropping out of junior college and enlisting in a local construction job. Unfortunately, right before he got his face ripped off by a tire, he was just about to tell us why his Confederate flag bumper sticker next to his truck nuts isn't offensive. Who had the worst week on earth? The answer is Jared Fogle. Who the hell is Jared Fogle? Good question. The answer is Jared from Subway. He had his house raided by the FBI, who took a little sneaky peek in there to see what was going on. And the whole reason for this, Jared didn't get charged, didn't get arrested, nothing like that. He just kind of stood outside with his moobs hanging out. But the whole point is he's connected to Richard Taylor, who got busted for kiddie porn and is serving a little bit of time. And Richard Taylor was one of Jared's charity organizers, so Jared's got a link there. Good news for Jared. If he does get busted, there's no shortage of footlongs in prison. An article popped up on my news feeds this week written by fastcoexist.com. The article was saying that there's not enough diversity in the U.S. women's national team. The article dropped about 72 hours after the U.S. clinched gold by slapping around Japan, worse than Bobby Flay did to Morimoto in 2000. The article says too many white girls, too many rich girls, and not enough urban street people. This article is exactly what's wrong with society. We can't even enjoy being the best in the world at something before someone hits the race button and begs for views. You know how hard it is for America to be best in the world at something that doesn't involve obesity, fast food, murder, or abortion? It ain't easy. So let's just sit back and enjoy what happened. Not to mention the girls on the American team, Alex Morgan, Abby Wambach, my girlfriend Kelly O'Hara, all of those girls were the perfect role models, not just for children, not just for women, but for Americans. No one on that team was white, black, red, or yellow. They were all Americans. That's all we need to worry about. People like Megan Rapinoe, Abby Wambach had their sexuality out in the open. They talked to the media about it, talked to everyone, gave everyone an inside look into their lives, and after the game, they didn't run to a rainbow flag. They ran to an American flag, and that's how we should look at it. These girls are perfect examples of how Americans should be. They won with class. Even Hope Solo, who has had kind of a troubled past, stayed away from the media, made it about her teammates, didn't do a lot of interviews, just kind of stayed under the radar and helped her team win. These girls should be celebrated. The last thing on earth we should do is try and pick apart their win with racism and diversity. If you want diversity, I challenge this author to go find diversity in the NFL wide receiver corps. If you want diversity, I challenge this author to go find diversity in the NBA. Quit trying to attack the women's world team because they're the hottest thing on earth right now. All that anyone should be doing is celebrating these girls and buying them a beer when they see them in the bar. They shouldn't be trying to exhaust some old take about racism. America, I challenge you, do not let racism be the center of every story. Do not try and pick apart every single story. Enjoy it. We're world champions. 3 stars. Former USM superstar Jamie Collins put out a video on his Instagram of him looking like Nastia Lukin. Let's check it out. Jamie Collins is 6'3", 250 pounds and did 7 backflips, which by my math is exactly 7 more flips than Winsey had his senior year at Southern Miss. And in my favorite video of all time, we're watching these black girls get obliterated by a car in East St. Louis.
Damn. You can take that little back. Look out. Damn.
St. Louis hasn't seen a strike like that since Pete Weber was bowling. Which brings me to this picture of Pete Weber and Nelly, which for this story is the most perfect picture ever. Nelly's the greatest export of St. Louis. Pete Weber's from Missouri. Pete Weber's the best bowler of all time. And those girls got hit with a 7-10 split from hell. What's kind of disappointing is that in the first angle of the accident, the guys in the car weren't blasting their mixtape. A marketing opportunity wasted, my man. Good news, though, before you start crying, these girls actually walked away from the accident. If you watch it long enough, you can see them all just kind of jump up, and all of them had minor injuries. The suspect of the car is still being sought after, but the fact that these girls weren't hurt is the most unbelievable thing of all time. I don't know how many cheat codes they put in from GTA, but they look like peanut characters with their legs in the air. If that would happen to me, I would never walk again. Speaking of never walking again, here's what happens whenever you light a bull's horns on fire and stare it in the face. The only problem I have with this video, because the rest of it is awesome, is that this guy thought that his escape route was up a set of bleachers. Have you ever run up bleachers? It ain't easy. Next time you're at a football game, just buy a thing of nachos and a Coke and try and walk up bleachers without something happening. You will spill something on your hands or just fall down. I've had way too many full days of tailgating end up with me face down on some steps to know that bleachers are the last place on earth you want to make an escape route. This guy learned the hard way of what happens when you mess with the bull. The answer is you get its fiery horns straight up your... For those my age that remember the show Goosebumps, you'll be happy to know that a full-length featured film is coming out this October. Let's take a look at the trailer starring Jack Black's in this movie. Next story. And in the final video of today, I'm showing you the worst party of all time. It involves a girl tapping out a bunch of guys wearing cargo shorts out in the park.
Round 3! Tap, dude!
Guys, I don't know if y'all have heard, but there's Tinder, so it's a little easier to get between some girls' legs in a triangle lock.
We're just wrestling. It's okay. We'll...
My favorite of the guys that get tapped out by a girl is this guy who keeps saying over and over again, I'm not going to tap, I'm not going to tap, as he over and over again falls asleep in front of all of his friends.
Oh, shit.
Gonna go out again. Gonna go out again. Yeah, get that arm.
I'm pretty sure he's like unconscious right now.
I'm not going to sit here and be the biggest hardo of all time and say I wouldn't have tapped out. All I'm saying is I watched enough WWE and enough Bloodsport to know that I would have eye gouged, hair pulled, called the police, used a taser, faked an injury, really done anything except tap out. You cannot do that. When they're filming, kill me. Kill me, break my arms, take my arm with you, take it home for a souvenir. I don't really care. I'm just not going to tap out. I can't be too upset, though, because these guys are wearing cargo shorts, and anytime someone wearing cargo shorts blacks out in public, an angel gets its wings. That's it for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please smash the like button, and if you've made it this far, why not subscribe? We're doing videos like this every week. This is a weekly show, and we're doing some content from here to next week. So we're doing like 4 to 5 videos a week, all kind of stuff. It's going to be very exciting. I'm excited to start it. And until next week, I will leave you with a song from the movie Goofy Movie, which came out 20 years ago this summer. That is crazy. But I guarantee you when you hear this song, you will listen to it all week. I know I have, which explains why I'm alone.